So you've just gotten into the laser engraving business and you're expecting your first order and it doesn't show up, and it doesn't show up, and it doesn't show up, and it doesn't show up. And then it shows up after the due time. Hey guys, Rick the Ooge. Um, I've got 5 years of laser engraving experience, 4 years as a business owner, and I'm with dvlaserworks. I hope you all are having a great day. This is a woe of many sides because things do not go the way you want. Now, I work out of my garage, as you can see, but I have to deal with getting deliveries in a neighborhood. So what does that mean if, say, you're just starting out and you just got that big order and you're just all happy and all excited to be there and it doesn't show up? Well, even after my 5 years of laser engraving business and 4 years of owning a business, it still continues to this day. Now, I could blame the shipping company, I could blame whomever, but ultimately it is my fault. And the reason why I say it's my fault is because I know the shippers. There's always an issue one way or another. It doesn't matter if it's UPS, FedEx, DHL, USPS, EIEIO. I don't care who it is, Amazon. It's always going to come in after you want it to. Now, I had an event to do this evening, and I'd ordered some stuff. I needed to engrave it. Yeah, that didn't happen. I'm not happy about it. But fortunately, I know the people. I know the customer that I'm doing this for. I'll be able to get it to them next week. Um, it's just that I wanted to do it on a momentous occasion because we had a bunch of other stuff going on for these two, and unable to do it. I'm stuck here talking to y'all and playing with my laser. So, what do you do to prevent this? Well, there's like 5 things that you could do, but I'm only going to talk about potentially 3. Number one, plan it out. That means, all right, I know that FedEx, or in my case, UPS, who delivers in our neighborhood, there's various times um, that they'll deliver. It could be mid-afternoon if you've got your usual driver, or in my case, at almost 6:30 in the evening, which is when this was supposed to be presented. So know who you're dealing with. So if you've got, like, for me, I order stuff from JDS all the time. It usually takes about a 1-day turnaround, but they have to continue. And I ordered this on Thursday evening. They shipped it Friday, and it should have been here much earlier today. They don't care if you are a business. I mean, I had a business on there. It didn't matter. They go by what is most expedient for them. So take that into consideration. Number 2, if you have a business that is an actual brick and mortar type of store, you may or may not have to contend with these problems. And even whenever I was in my own little building, I still contended with it, but I would have gotten everything in relatively soonish. That's provided the drivers can find your place. But that's a horse of a different color. So again, you're looking at different things, different problems. You know, if you're ordering something from overseas, it's got to pass through customs. It's got to do this. It's got to do that. There's a whole litany of stuff that has to go on. And so the biggest takeaway from that is one, be patient. Two, plan. And three, if you're able to, have a surplus, have a storeroom, not necessarily a storeroom, but you know, if you know you're going to use a whole bunch of tumblers, especially black being the main color, order a good, you know, at least a case or two of each size that you normally sell. Now, me, this particular item, I don't sell that often. This is what I mean. I've done it for other customers that have brought it in for me, but I don't. It's not something that is brought to me or that I provide. And potentially, I may in the future. I don't know. The problem becomes I don't know what the customer's taste is. So this was one of those things of I had to wing it a little bit, I guess is the best way. And it's not the best business deal, but these were for friends and they understand the show on this. So it just becomes a point of what it is to help you all out. I mean, am I disappointed? Yes. Am I disappointed as a shipper? Oh, yeah. I throw a lot of heat at them because I live in a neighborhood and they don't care. But it's ultimately my fault, whether it's Amazon, whether it's UPS, USPS, EIEIO. I don't care what shipping company you use, unless you pay extra for it, it isn't going to show up when you want it. And that's one of the things that you have to contend with. If it's an emergency type of thing, pass the savings on to your customer, if you so choose. Otherwise, tell them to wait. That's the only thing you can do. Um, but I've got the items in. I've got the designs done. The only thing it just took until after almost 6:30 to get the product in. And they don't, like I said, I can't fault UPS, but I can because at least I know it wasn't porch pirated. Not that it was expensive to someone, they wouldn't have gotten a lot out of it, but it is what it is. But again, be mindful of how long things ship. Yeah, it may say, 1 day turnaround, which has been my experience with JDS, but you still have to plot and plan it out. Just because it's a 1 day turnaround, that, don't promise it that day that it's supposed to be shipped. Promise it the next day or two down the road. So that would be the main takeaway on this. This was a hurry up on me. It was one of the things that was decided last minute, and I thought I could accidentally get it in and get it done and escape with my last minute order. Not the case. So whenever you want something done right, and especially right now, it doesn't always work out. So keep that in mind. Um, I am looking at doing some more videos. Um, you will eventually find out who's the best shipper, who's the not so great shipper. I have my issues depending on where it's actually coming from. Um, but in this aspect, take it with a grain of salt, learn from my mistakes. That's why these videos are here. You never know what's going to happen. Short of me, and I do have business, buddies that are in the business that have brick and mortars. I probably should have had it shipped over to them, let them know. Call me whenever it comes in. I'll run over there and get it. And I think I would have had this done in no time. But lessons learned. And that's just one of the things that you as a laser engraver potentially have to contend with. Make sure that, whenever you order something, whether it comes FedEx, UPS, USPS, whomever, kind of keep track of when it's supposed to be coming in when they do regular deliveries. If you know that post office is going to be noon every day like clockwork, except whenever your driver is sick or what have you, or is having to take up with someone else's route. You could plot and plan about that. Even my mail, who usually gets here used to get here about between 10 and 12. Well, they were here about 1 and 3, somewhere in that time frame. Still within the realm of reason, but it is what it is. Keep track of when shipments come for you. Tell the customer, hey, blah. It's going to probably be here about X day. I'll have it done about 2 to 3 days later, just to be on the safe side. If you get it in on time on that 1 day turnaround, um, and you can knock it out real quick, by all means, call them up. Say, hey, it's ready to pick up. You just basically scored brownie points with that customer. But you have to be able to do these things. You have to be able to figure stuff out. Ultimately, make sure that you give yourself enough time. That's going to be the huge killer for one's business. Like I said, give them if you order something, give it a couple of days to be able to get the work done. 2, have it in stock. If it's something that you normally order or sell, keep it in stock. That doesn't hurt anything. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have like a complete warehouse of stuff unless you require that because you sell that amount. But if you're just starting out, just keep enough on hand. And 3, be patient. That's all we can do. It doesn't get engraved, let the customer know. Be upfront, be honest about it. That was one of the first things I was doing is I was panic texting the group that I was dealing with. Hey, I haven't gotten this stuff in. I haven't gotten this stuff in. Oh, guess what? I just got it in. So I'm not going to race to do it up when it's something that we can give later on. So just kind of keep those things in mind. You want to make sure you do a good job. You want to make sure you service your customers properly. If you don't, you won't have customers anymore. And that's pretty much the bottom line. I hope everybody has a great day. It's definitely a Monday. It's after 6:30, almost 6:40 here on Monday the 28th. Yep, 28th. So things happen, and we just need to deal with it. It's something that just bit me in the behind, and I'm not going to let it happen again. At least nothing this short, but it'll probably bite me again. What am I talking about? Anyways, I hope you all have a great evening. Check out one of these other videos, and I will see you all on the next one.